for a decade or more. The ivy's climbing up the handle and the door.
It's stuck in a position of welcome and away, in the middle of the garden where the shadows like to play. I got a jar of oil and a heavy iron key, trying to unlock the part of you that's still in me.
But the metal is stubborn and the hinges are tight,
fighting against the pressure
and the fading of the light.
a little bit of friction,
A little bit of grit,
a heart that's grown
weary of the fire and the pit. It's a rusty latch on a forgotten garden gate,
guarding all the secrets
that we left to navigate.
Give it one more pull,
Give it one more try,
underneath the ceiling of the heavy
violet sky.
The corrosion is a witness to the salt in the air, the residue of silence and the ghost of a prayer.
I can hear the metal groaning as I lean against the wood, wishing I could change the things I never understood.
Let the weather do its work on the
Copper and the tin,
let the wildflowers
find a way to grow within. We don't need to force it, we don't need to break the lock. Just listen to the turning of the ancient inner clock.
the red dust of time,
Is a beautiful stain,
a story written clearly
by the wind and by the rain. It's a rusty latch on a forgotten garden gate,
guarding all the secrets.
that we left to navigate.
Give it one more pull,
Give it one more try,
underneath the ceiling
of the heavy violet sky.
They used to swing with a simple, easy grace, when we were the rulers of this hallowed little place.
Now it's just a barrier, a boundary of rust, turning every promise into particles of dust. Creak and groan, all on its own. It's a rusty latch on a forgotten garden gate, guarding all the secrets that we left to navigate. Give it one more pull, give it one more try, underneath the ceiling of the heavy violet sky.
Let it stay closed,
The truth is exposed.
rusty latch.
footprints frozen in a sea of silent white. Tranquility is heavy in the middle of the night. No atmosphere to carry the sound of a cry, just the empty hollow of an endless black sky.
I'm kicking up the powder of 1,000 falling stars, light years away from the Mercury and Mars. The gravity is gentle, a feather on the chest. Finally the traveler can find a place to rest, weightless and wandering through the cosmic debris, searching for a shore on a crater-filled sea. Lunar dust, silver and so cold, a story of the universe that's never been told, glittering on the surface of a lonely spinning sphere, wiping out the memory of every human fear. I've looked back at the planet, a marble of blue, thinking of the chaos that we put each other through. But up here the silence is a holy kind of thing. Listen to the vacuum and the song it doesn't sing. Fine gray velvet on the ridges of the dark, waiting for the ignition of a celestial spark. My shadow is a giant on the desolation plain, far beyond the reaching of the sorrow and the rain. The sun is just a beacon in the distance so far, guided by the vibration of a prehistoric star. Lunar dust, silver and so cold, a story of the universe that's never been told, glittering on the surface of a lonely spinning sphere, wiping out the memory of every human fear. Leave no trail behind you, let the traces disappear into the vastness of the ancient frontier. Floating slow, nowhere to go. Lonely was drifting on the current of a restless, angry sea, looking for a weight that could finally steady me. Then I found a fabric that was heavy and so deep, holding down the promises that I wanted to keep.
It doesn't have a chain and it doesn't have a hook.
It's the kind of stability that you won't find in a book. A soft touch foundation in the middle of the storm, something to keep the shivering spirit safe and warm. The ocean can be violent, the tide can be a thief, but we found a remedy for the gravity of grief. It's a velvet anchor sinking through the blue, holding me to the earth, holding me to you. Soft enough to cushion, strong enough to stay, keeping us from drifting into the far and away.
I've been a runaway, I've been a rolling stone, searching for a comfort that I'd never really known.
But this plush vibration is a sanctuary of sound, rooting all my restless parts deep into the ground. The texture is a mercy on the jagged-edged reef, a momentary silence, a permanent relief. I wrap my heart in purple and I sink it to the floor. I don't need to wander through the alleys anymore. The depth is not a prison, the weight is not a cage, just a quiet ending to a chaotic gold page. It's a velvet anchor sinking through the blue, holding me to the earth, holding me to you. Soft enough to cushion, strong enough to stay, keeping us from drifting into the far and away. Let the world go spinning on its crazy tilted axis, while we find the balance that the weary heart relaxes. It's a heavy set devotion, a luxurious restraint, smoothing out the edges of a sinner and a saint. Sinking deep, silence to keep. It's a velvet anchor sinking through the blue, holding me to the earth, holding me to you. Soft enough to cushion, strong enough to
Voices bouncing off the brick and the cold steel, telling us exactly how the lonely people feel. A shout in the alleyway becomes a distant hum, waiting for the answers that never seem to come.
I sang a song to the ghost of the boulevard,
finding that the concrete is unforgivingly hard.
my melody returned with a hollow metallic ring,
Like a broken bird that has forgotten how to sing.
the vibration lingers
In the tunnels of the night,
long after the fading
of the last electric light. It's an urban echo, repeating every name, in a city where the players and the rules remain the same. A ghost in the frequency, a ripple in the air, searching for a witness who is no longer there.
I heard my guitar weeping from a rooftop far away,
An imitation of the things I didn't mean to say,
the sound waves are traveling through the smog and the rain,
mapping out the borders of the pleasure and the pain.
the sirens are acquiring the distance so deep,
Waking up the memories that were meant to stay asleep.
I'm whispering a secret to the shadow on the wall,
Watching it reverberate through the empty hall.
a sonic signature written on the wind,
The ending of the story where the silence should begin. It's an urban echo, repeating every name, in a city where the players and the rules remain the same. A ghost in the frequency, a ripple in the air, searching for a witness who is no longer there.
don't speak too loud,
Or you'll hear yourself again.
the cycle of the city,
Is a wheel of where and when,
it's a mirror made of sound,
a glass of pure vibration,
the haunting of a lonely and a weary-eyed nation.
Where did the time go? It's an urban echo, oh, repeating every name, in a city where the players and the rules remain the same. A ghost in the frequency, a ripple in the air, searching for a witness who is no longer there.
Bouncing back to you,
Echo
through the blue.
Listen, listen. lying in the moss, where the dampness starts to seep, secrets in the timber that the forest used to keep.
The sinner has been eaten by the insects and the time.
A weathered sanctuary in the middle of the prime.
I'm a fallen giant with a belly full of air, echoing the whispers of a long forgotten prayer.
The bark is thick and rugged, but the heart is gone away. Just a shell of timber in the cooling of the day, resonating loudly with the thunder and the rain. A wooden resonator for the pleasure and the pain. It's a hollow log, a drum for the wind, where the ending of the story is about to begin. Nothing on the inside but the shadows and the ghost in the quiet places where we needed the most.
I've used it as a bridge across a muddy little stream, walking on the fragments of a prehistoric dream.
It's stronger than it looks and it's older than it seems,
Held together only by the sunlight and the beams.
the squirrels and the foxes have a kingdom in the dark, sheltered from the furnace of a summer-scented spark. I'll sit upon the surface and I'll listen to the ground, tracing all the ripples of a subterranean sound. Empty, but it's heavy with the wisdom of the earth, a cavern of a spirit for a monumental birth. It's a hollow log, a drum for the wind, where the ending of the story is about to begin. Nothing on the inside but the shadows and the ghosts in the quiet places where we needed the most. You can hear the echo when you knock upon the side, a place for all the memories and the honesty to hide. It doesn't need a blossom and it doesn't need a leaf to be the perfect vessel for a temporary grief. Thump, thump, over the hump. It's a hollow log, a drum for the wind, where the ending of the story is about to begin. Nothing on the inside but the shadow
sky is turning charcoal and the air is getting thick. The lightning is a jagged and a terrifying trick. I'm sitting on a swing with a glass of lemonade, watching how the colors of the afternoon fade.
The dust is kicking up and the screen door starts to bang to the rhythm of the blues that the lonely elders sang. I'll grab my old Gibson and I'll tune it to the wind, letting all the chaos of the atmosphere begin.
The barometer is shaking and the roof is starting to moan, the loudest kind of silence that I've ever really known. On a stormy porch, waiting for the rain to wash away the worry and the residue of pain. Let the thunder rumble through the marrow of the bone while we watch the weather from my wooden weathered throne.
Drop hits the railing with a heavy silver thud, turning all the dry earth into a riverbed of mud.
I'm playing for the clouds and I'm playing for the gale, a melody of thunder that will never ever fail.
The hanging plants are dancing
in a frantic wild display, losing all the heat of a long and humid day. I'll wrap myself in flannel and I'll listen to the roar, safe behind the threshold of the sturdy oaken door. Electric in the fingers, electric in the sky, watching all the heavy-headed tempests passing by. On a stormy porch, waiting for the rain to wash away the worry and the residue of pain. Let the thunder rumble through the marrow of the bone while we watch the weather from our wooden weathered throne.
is straight and true, but the destination is completely out of view, parallel to everything I used to know. Watching the seasons in the garden grow.
I'm a constant motion in a single plane, ignoring the pleasure and ignoring the pain.
Velocity is steady and the path is clear, leaving the wreckage of the yesteryear. No turning back to the left or the right, chasing the horizon through the neon light. In a linear drift, sliding through the day, watching the colors as they turn to gray. A constant vibration in the middle of the road, carrying a heavy and a hidden load.
The geometry of life is a cruel design when you're stuck on the border
of a finish line. I've been a circle
and I've been a square.
Now I'm just an arrow in the chilly air. The perspective is narrow, but the focus is sharp. Listen to the tension on the electric harp. Don't look at the houses or the passing trees, just follow the scent of the salty seas. Momentum is a ghost that will never sleep. Promises are easier for a drifter to keep. In a linear drift, sliding through the day, watching the colors as they turn to gray. A constant vibration in the middle of the road, carrying a heavy and a hidden load.
This long distance trek,
or are we just echoes that are never coming back?
the mathematics of the soul are quite complex,
wondering exactly
what is coming up next.
Keep moving, keep straight, don't hesitate. In a linear drift, sliding through the day, watching the colors as they turn to gray. A constant vibration in the middle of the road, carrying a heavy and a hidden load. Drifting on until the dawn is gone. Linear flow. hearth is cold and the logs have turned
to ash, the ghostly glow from a long forgotten flash.
I'm blowing on the gray
with a desperate kind of breath, looking for a pulse in the middle of this death.
One tiny orange eye is staring from the soot, tangled in the shadows at the chimney's soot-black foot. It's a stubborn little survivor of the massive roaring blaze,
a flicker of the passion from our incandescent days, feeding it with whispers in the dry leaves of the fall, trying to paint a light upon the darkening bedroom wall. It's a cinder spark
dancing on the edge,
a glowing little promise,
a microscopic pledge.
not enough to burn the house, but enough to see the way to the early morning borders of a resurrecting day.
I've seen the forest fire
And the furnace of the mill,
but the power of the small thing
is a greater kind of thrill.
it doesn't need a mountain
It doesn't need a pile
to carry all the essence.
of a holy ancient fire.
The winter's at the window,
And the frost is on the glass, watching all the heavy-hearted icy moments pass.
I'll shield it with my palm
From the draft beneath the door, until the warmth is spreading across the wooden floor.
the smallest bit of courage
Is the brightest thing of all,
standing in the wreckage
where the giant timbers fall. It's a cinder spark
dancing on the edge,
a glowing little promise,
a microscopic pledge.
not enough to burn the house, but enough to see the way to the early morning borders of a resurrecting day.
Don't let the oxygen go thin,
Or the spirit go to sleep
it's the only bit of magic.
that we're allowed to keep.
Nurture the vibrations,
Celebrate the tidy glow in the secret places where the embers like to grow. Glow, fade, the choice we made. It's a cinder spark dancing on the edge,
a glowing little promise.
a microscopic pledge. No, not enough to burn a house, but enough to see the way to the early morning borders of a resurrecting day. Keep it
footprints frozen in a sea of silent white. Tranquility is heavy in the middle of the night. No atmosphere to carry the sound of a cry. Just the empty hollow of an endless black sky.
I'm kicking up the powder of 1,000 falling stars, light years away from the Mercury and Mars.
The gravity is gentle,
a feather on the chest.
Finally the traveler can find a place to rest. Weightless and wandering through the cosmic debris, searching for a shore on a crater-filled sea. Lunar dust, silver and so cold, a story of the universe that's never been told. Glittering on the surface of a lonely spinning sphere, wiping out the memory of every human fear.
I've looked back at the planet, a marble of blue, thinking of the chaos that we put each other through. But up here the silence is a holy kind of thing. Listen to the vacuum and the song it doesn't sing.
Fine gray velvet on the ridges of the dark, waiting for the ignition of a celestial spark. My shadow is a giant on the desolation plain, far beyond the reaching of the sorrow and the rain.
The sun is just a beacon in the distance so far,
guided by the vibration of a prehistoric star. Lunar dust, silver and so cold, a story of the universe that's never been told. Glittering on the is shredded, and the ropes are all frayed by the heavy-duty games that the ocean has played. I'm standing at the mast with a needle and a thread, thinking of the voyage and the distance ahead.
I've weathered the gale and I've survived the typhoon, underneath the gaze of a blood-colored moon. My ship is a wreck, but the spirit is sound, even if the destination is never to be found.
Patch the holes with courage and the fabric of the heart, ready for the moment when the journey has to start.
It's a tattered sail,
catching all the wind,
where the ending of the struggle
is about to begin.
It doesn't have to be perfect,
it doesn't have to be new,
to carry the weight
of a dreamer or two.
I've seen the grand vessels with the silk and the gold sink into the bottom where the water is cold.
But the humble little schooner with the scars on the side is the only one capable of turning the tide. The wind doesn't care if the cloth is so clean, it only wants the power that is felt and unseen. I'll hoist up the remnants of the blue and the gray and find my orientation in the middle of the spray.
The horizon is calling
With a voice like a bell, a story of survival that we're finally gonna tell. It's a tattered sail, catching all the wind, where the ending of the struggle is about to begin. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be new, to carry the weight of a dreamer or two.
Let the salt air sting and the waves start to rise.
We've got the reflection of the sun in our eyes.
We're not going down,
Ooh, we're not giving in. Ooh,
let the final chapter
of the voyage begin.
flapping loud above the cloud.
It's a tattered sail, catching all the wind,
Where the ending of the struggle
is about to begin.
it doesn't have to be perfect,
It doesn't have to be new, to carry the weight of a dreamer or two.
sail on
Through the night into the morning light, tattered sail.
for the weary, no asphalt for the feet, just the jagged little stones of a legendary street. Every step is a crunch, every mile is a test, in a landscape that is never really allowed to rest.
I got the white dust on the fenders of my truck, leaving all the city slick of vanity and luck, heading for the hollows where the creek begins to rise, with the grit of the journey in the corners of my eyes. It's an unpolished path, it's a rugged kind of way, underneath the ceiling of a hot and hazy day, on a gravel road where the rubber meets the grit. Every single stone has a story in it. No lines in the middle, no signs on the side, just the honesty of nature and a long distance ride. I recall the way the wagon wheels used to make a sound before the heavy machinery began to pound the ground. There's a vibration in the pebbles that connects you to the past, the only kind of foundation that was ever meant to last.
The weeds are growing tall in the center of the track, looking at the mirror but never turning back. I'll find a little shade beneath the sycamore tree and let the dusty miles set a heavy spirit free. The suspension is shaking and the spirit is strong, moving to the tempo of a prehistoric song, on a gravel road where the rubber meets the grit. Every single stone has a story in it. No lines in the middle, no signs on the side, just the honesty of nature and a long distance ride. Rush the view. The gravel has a way of slowing down me and you. Accept the bumps and the bruises and the dust in the throat, riding out the journey on a rough edge note. Crunch, grind,
Leave it behind.
On a gravel road where the rubber meets the grit. Every single stone has a story in it. No lines in the middle, no signs on the side, just the honesty of nature and a long distance ride. Keep on rolling, the stones are calling. Gravel road. I was drifting on the current of a restless, angry sea. looking for a way that could finally steady me. Then I found a fabric that was heavy and so deep, holding down the promises that I wanted to keep.
It doesn't have a chain, and it doesn't have a hook. It's the kind of stability that you won't find in a book.
A soft touch foundation in the middle of the storm, something to keep the shivering spirit safe and warm.
The ocean can be
Violent, the tide can be a thief, but we found a remedy for the gravity of grief. It's a velvet anchor sinking through the blue, holding me to the earth, holding me to you. Soft enough to cushion, strong enough to stay, keeping us from drifting into the far and away.
I've been a runaway, I've been a rolling stone, searching for a comfort that I'd never really known.
But this plush vibration is a sanctuary of sound, rooting all my restless parts deep into the ground.
The texture is a mercy
On the jagged edge reef,
for momentary silence.
a permanent relief.
I'll wrap my heart in purple,
And I'll sink it to the floor.
I don't need to wander through the alleys anymore.
The depth is not a prison, the weight is not a cage, just a quiet ending to a chaotic old page. It's a velvet anchor sinking through the blue, holding me to the earth, holding me to you. Soft enough to cushion, strong enough to stay, keeping us from drifting into the far and away.
Let the world go spinning on its crazy, tilted axis,
While we find the balance that the weary heart relaxes.
It's a heavy set devotion,
A luxurious restraint,
smoothing out the edges of a
sinner and a saint, sinking deep. Silence to keep. It's a velvet anchor sinking through the blue, holding me to the earth, holding me to you. Soft enough to cushion, so strong enough to stay, keeping us from drifting into the far and away.
velvet
Wait,
closing
the gate
anchor.
down. country lane, burnished by the sunshine and polished by the rain. A lucky little token with a profile of a king, the only bit of fortune that the morning had to bring.
It's worth a lot of nothing in the markets of the rich, but it's enough to keep a man from falling in the ditch.
I flip it in the air just to see which way it lands, a piece of dusty copper in my calloused, trembling hands.
Small change for a big world that's moving way too fast,
A metallic reminder
of a value built to last.
just a copper penny shining in the mud, tainted by the sweat and the spirit and the blood.
It won't buy a kingdom
Or a mansion on the hill,
but it's a tiny miracle
it's worth $1 still.
I carried it in my pocket through the winters and the frost, the only thing I managed to keep when I was lost.
It's turned a little green at the edges of the rim, like a fading memory that's growing dark and dim. I'll trade it for a wish at the bottom of the well, a secret that the water is never gonna tell. Or I'll keep it as a treasure in a velvet-lined box, stronger than the iron and the heavy-duty locks.
1 cent for your thoughts in the middle of the night,
Before the early arrival
of the horizontal light.
just a copper penny shining in the mud, tainted by the sweat and the spirit and the blood.
It won't buy a kingdom
Or a mansion on the hill,
but it's a
tiny miracle that's worth $1 still.
keep your diamonds and your bars of solid gold. I'll take the humble stories that the copper has to hold.
It's been through 1,000 pockets and 1,000,000 different hands, a traveler of the alleys and the wide open lands. Heads up, tails down, the luck of the town.
Just a copper penny
shining in the mud, tainted by the sweat and the spirit and the blood.
It won't buy a kingdom
Or a mansion on the hill,
but it's a tiny miracle
that's worth $1 still. Keep it in your shoe, lucky through and through. Copper penny
folded neatly in a dusty drawer, the kind of souvenir you don't want anymore, creased and crinkled by the weight of time, searching for a reason in a nursery rhyme.
One little spark could turn it all to ash in the sudden light of a lightning flash.
I'm made of fiber and a thin white ink,
standing on a ledge where the spirits sink.
Don't squeeze too tight or the edges might tear, floating away on a breath of chilly air. It's just a paper heart, fragile and thin, keeping the cold from the hollow within. Handle with care if you want it to last, a brittle reminder of a beautiful past.
I got the calligraphy of every scar, written by the movement of a falling star.
Water would dissolve the words I've bled,
leaving only blank white sheets instead.
the wind is blowing through the open gate, tempting the fingers of an unkind fate.
But paper can be stronger than the steel
If you believe in the way that it can feel. Ink is the blood of a writer's lonely soul, trying to make a fragmented story whole. It's just a paper heart, fragile and thin, keeping the cold from the hollow within. Handle with care if you want it to last, a brittle reminder of a beautiful past. Write a new chapter on my empty side, somewhere the honesty can safely hide, where only origami in the hands of God, walking a path that is uneven and art thin and white, afraid of the light. It's just a paper heart, fragile and thin, keeping the cold from the hollow within. Handle with care if you want it to last, a brittle reminder of a beautiful past. Paper heart, drifting down in the quiet town, fragile thing. The anchor drops with a muffled, heavy thud. beneath the surface of the harbor's silver mud.
No more white caps,
no more salt upon the skin. Finally, the stillness of the heart can begin.
I wrestled with the gale and the hurricane's roar, searching for the outline of a friendly shore. My sails are tattered and my hull is turning gray, but I found a sanctuary inside of the bay.
The lighthouse is resting, its work is finally done, waiting for the arrival of the morning sun. In the quiet harbor where the water is still, safe from the hunger and the winter's chill, rest your weary head upon the wooden deck. No more heavy chains around a sailor's neck.
The ropes are creaking in a rhythmic kind of song to the places in the distance where we used to belong. The gulls are sleeping on the tops of the poles, guarding the secrets of our travel-worn souls.
The tide is rising in a slow and steady creep, folding the village into a dream-heavy sleep. I light a candle in the cabin of the boat and write a final letter that I'll never have to float. The stars are reflecting in the mirror of the deep, promises we're finally allowed to keep. In the quiet harbor where the water is still, safe from the hunger and the winter's chill, rest your weary head upon the wooden deck. No more heavy chains around a sailor's neck.
Atmosphere is mellow and divine.
No more navigation, no more looking at the stars, healing the bruises and the deep-seated scars. Hush, the water, calm the daughter. In the quiet harbor where the water is still, safe from the hunger and the winter's chill, rest your weary head upon the wooden deck. No more heavy chains around a sailor's neck. Drop the heavy load, no more open road. Quiet harbor, to the mercy of a chance.
North is just a memory, south is just a lie.
Underneath the hollow of a starless indigo sky,
I got the brass casing in the cracked glass face, a relic of a journey that I never can erase. The magnets have surrendered to the iron in the ground, searching for a silence that is never quite found.
no true orientation,
No
steady point of light, just wandering the canyons in the middle of the night. It's a broken compass in a trembling hand, mapping out the borders of an undiscovered land. The path is gone and the landmarks are all wrong, but we're still moving to the rhythm of a lonely song.
I followed every map that the experts ever drew,
Only to find out
that none of them were true.
I'll throw away the chart
And I'll throw away the scale,
and let the wind determine where I'm gonna set the sail.
the magnetism's faded like an old forgotten flame.
Everything looks different, but the shadows stay the same.
I'm trusting in the intuition buried in the bone,
Finding that I'm better off just walking all alone. Lost is just a word for a soul that's finally free to drift upon the surface of an uncharted sea. It's a broken compass in a trembling hand, mapping out the borders of an undiscovered land. The path is gone and the landmarks are all wrong, but we're still moving to the rhythm of a lonely song.
Maybe there's a wisdom in not knowing where to go,
Letting all the mystery and the secret feelings grow.
you don't need a heading when you're already right here.
Standing in the center of a monumental year, spinning around. The lost is